Hey folks, so you may have heard it is the age of AI. So let us try to help you with your developer productivity when building with AI. Say hello to our new Telerik AI coding assistant, particularly when you're building modern web apps with Blazor. Let me show you how you get started with our brand new GitHub Copilot extension called Telerik Blazor. Let me start you off here with Visual Studio Code. Your experience will be the exact same if you're doing this on Visual Studio on Windows or VS Code on Windows, Mac or Linux, or Rider or any other IDE where you have GitHub Copilot support. So first thing you want to go and make sure is you have the GitHub Copilot extension and the GitHub Copilot chat extension installed. Next up, I'm going to switch over here to my browser. There's an app here called Telerik Blazor. It's a GitHub app and it's hosted in the cloud. We want to make sure that your experience is the same in every IDE. So this is hosted in the cloud. Once you're signed in, you're going to see a big install extension button on here. You could also go to the GitHub Copilot Extensions Marketplace and it's going to be listed there. You sign in and you hit the install button. And you need to be signed in with the same GitHub credentials that you're using on GitHub as well as in VS Code. Once you do, you can come back here to VS Code. I'm going to clear that out. And let's open up the chat window here. So this is the GitHub Copilot chat. It comes in a few modes like Ask or Edit or Agent. Let's stay in Ask mode. I'm going to use GPT 4.1. And right up here, as I start typing, if I go there you see that, Telerik Blazor. That is a brand new GitHub Copilot extension. What it brings is deep contextual knowledge of all of our docs, all of our APIs, and lots of sample codes. So anything you are, asking it for assistance when it relates to Telerik UI for Blazor, you're guaranteed a lot more confidence and, a lot less hallucinations when you get that code snippet back. So that's how you get started. Now that I have the Telerik Blazor GitHub Copilot extension installed, I can ask questions. So let's just say I am building a new app with Blazor and I'm kind of new to Telerik UI for Blazor. I should go and read the docs, but maybe it's a lot of reading. I just want to get started with a few quick and easy UI components that I can render. There's a lot here. So let's just choose a couple of really popular ones. So I'm going to come back here to VS Code and I'm just going to copy and paste something from my clipboard. This is where I'm saying, show me code for Telerik Blazor grid, and I do want sorting and I want filtering. And by the way, while you're at it, go ahead and add some grouping there as well. So it's going to, spin for a little bit. Behind the scenes, it's going through quite a bit of architecture, trying to make sense of the prompt and trying to get you exactly what you need. Again, powered by our docs, powered by our APIs. So you get a response back and it has everything that you need to put in your Blazor page to render a Telerik grid. Notice how it has sortable true, filter mode is true, groupable is true. It gave me some sample data to play around with. I can simply copy and paste this over into my Blazor app page view and go ahead and render with a high amount of confidence. Now that we're getting started, let's do another one. I'm going to choose to try to render the calendar UI. This is one of those unique things which is really difficult to do cross-platform, making sure it works across every browser, and you want all types of features in your calendar UI. Now, it's not just about rendering the UI. You sometimes want to ask questions that relate to specific features about the UI that you're about to render. In this case, the calendar UI. Maybe I don't know what those properties are called. I want to set a min and a max date, and right up here you see our GitHub Copilot extension responding with a prompt and a response that says, here's your calendar view. And by the way, it's called min and max. That's how you set a date range for the user to pick. And you also get an explanation of what that code snippet is doing. Really, really helpful. All right, so let's do one last one here. And I'm going to choose here to try to render a bar chart. Data visualizations are hard, you have lots of data and you have a variety of charts and graphs and you just want to make, sense of how do I render a bar chart? Give me all the properties and maybe I have a lot of data. Maybe I want to take a subset of it and just want to try to render a bar chart or a grid on a page and see how that works. So here I am firing off a request to our GitHub Copilot extension, and it says, oh, by the way, if you do not want to deal with all of your data, here's some sample, and here's how you render just a generic Telerik chart with the bar series, and here's how you, wire everything up, including a little bit of explanation. So What you see here is our GitHub Copilot extension, really shining with deep contextual knowledge. We are the ones who make Telerik UI for Blazor. We know our UI and our docs and our APIs the best, and we're just surfacing it all up through GitHub Copilot extension. So you have that much more productivity when you're building apps with Telerik UI for Blazor. All right, so hope this was fun, and let's go be productive and change the world. Thank you.